What's good YouTube, and welcome to the channel. JD here with yet another video for you guys. I feel like it's been a very long time since I've reviewed a sneaker that has as much hype as this one. Initially supposed to release last year, these have been delayed for a very long time and even had us wondering whether or not we would ever see them, but we finally got them, and I'll be honest, they are way better than I expected. I will be reviewing the Travis Scott Air Max 1. So what is good, guys? To all of my long-term viewers, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by once again. And if you are new here, my name is Josh. I do sneaker reviews and all types of other sneaker content. If that is something you're looking for, I'm dropping at least 3 videos a week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And for even more content, make sure you check out the podcast available on Spotify and Apple Music, the Kickback Pod, and give me a follow on Instagram as well. I'm very active there too. So here it is, guys, the Travis Scott Air Max 1. We finally got him. This was a sneaker that I definitely wanted to cop to at least do a review on the channel. I definitely expected to pay resale for this, but luckily I managed to hit on the Kith raffle, the first time I've won any pairs of shoes from Kith, and what a time to get a W, so shout out to Kith. So we haven't seen any Travis Scott releases since almost last summer, but we actually got 4 different Travis Scott sneakers in one day. I already reviewed the Air Trainer 1. If you haven't checked that out, I will leave a link to it up here. And then we also saw the Air Max 1 drop in the Saturn Gold colorway. The pair I have in my hand is easily the most hyped out of these 4. I have right here the Baroque Brown colorway, and we have been seeing pictures of this shoe now for well over a year, and let me be honest, I wasn't too impressed with the pictures, but having these in hand, I gotta say I am very impressed with all of the little details on this shoe. There's more little details on this pair than pretty much any Travis Scott sneaker I can think of. Most of the inspiration of this shoe actually came from a Nike sneaker that most of you guys probably haven't heard of. That is the Nike ACG pocket knife, and you can probably already tell from this picture right here where a lot of this inspo came from. We'll be getting into each of these throughout the video, but first let's start off with the box. A very minimal looking box, just a brown cardboard box. We got the Cactus Corporation logo on it, nothing too crazy really. And then moving on to the shoes, there's a lot of details to get through. Let's start off with the mudguard. The mudguard is made out of this nubuck material. You see this little extra bit on the toe box as well. It's done in this very dark brown or Baroque brown color. You also get some more nubuck panels on the upper. On the lateral side, you get this tan brown colored panels. And then on the medial side, you have much more of a beige or cream looking nubuck. As with pretty much every Travis Scott release, the earth tones are once again heavy on the shoe. The rest of the upper of the shoe is done in a mesh material, which has almost like a pale yellow or like a light gold color. The laces that come with the shoe, they're clearly some hiking inspired laces here, and you can tell that it is very different than your normal Air Max 1s, because a normal Air Max 1, you will see lace holes in the upper of the sneaker. This time there are no holes. Instead, you see the laces going through these nylon loops which are along the inside of the sneaker, and this inspiration you can tell clearly taken from the ACG pocket knife that I mentioned. On the back of the sneaker also, I really like this little detail. You see 2 different pennants here. On the left shoe, the Nike logo, and on the right shoe, a Cactus Jack logo. On my left pair, the Nike logo isn't exactly in the center of that pennant label. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but just something I noticed. You'll also notice on the sneaker there are some almost random looking nylon straps. There's one that goes along the back of the sneaker, and then there's this extra nylon strap which acts as a extra lace loop for the laces. And once again, look no further than that ACG pocket knife to see where these straps come from. But let's talk about what I think is actually the most interesting thing about this shoe, and that is Travis Scott's signature reverse swoosh. You have it on the lateral side this time, and one thing you'll notice is that the swoosh, first of all, is not as big, it's not as enlarged as some other Travis Scott releases. But what's really cool about the swoosh is all of these little beads that go on the swoosh. Not something I think I've ever seen on a Nike sneaker before. You also see the swoosh on the medial side have the same beads. And having this pair in hand, you really appreciate this feature. It really does make this shoe stand out from pretty much all other collabs. When you hear of a beaded swoosh, now you're always gonna think of the Travis Air Max 1s. Moving on to the midsole, it's a 3-layered midsole. On the top layer, you have that Baroque Brown color. The majority of the midsole is painted in this pale yellow color. And I gotta say, I really like what they did with the air bubble here. They didn't do anything too crazy, they just painted it, but it looks really good on this shoe. And one final detail here, really guys, this shoe details. And that is the outsole. Have a look at this outsole. It's a tire pattern on it with the Cactus Corporation logo, a little tiny Nike swoosh in there as well. Yeah guys, very impressive what they managed to do here. Take parts of that pocket knife sneaker, apply it to the Air Max 1, while at the same time making it look distinctly like a Travis Scott sneaker with the earth tone colors, the reverse swoosh. Not to mention what they did with the swoosher is really nice as well. Like really, you know, if you compare it with some other Travis Scott sneakers like the Jordan 1 lows, the Jordan 1 highs, I mean, these sneakers are pretty dope in their own right, but they're pretty much just, you know, different colorways of the Jordan 1 low and the Jordan 1 high with a reverse swoosh on it. This pair right here, a great concept and very well executed. For sizing on this pair, I got this pair in my true size, which is a US 11. It fits me absolutely perfectly, so that is my suggestion. Just go true to size. So whatever your size is in Jordan 1s or Nike Dunks, you will fit the same in this pair of Air Max 1s. And let's have a look at what these are going for right now on the resale market. And let's be honest guys, when was the last time you've seen resale prices like this on the shoe in maybe the last year or so? There haven't been too many. People have been clearly hungry for more Travis Scott collabs. We finally got one after almost a year. I have a feeling that these prices are actually going to continue to go up. The resale prices are a lot lower on the other Travis Scott collabs that came out last week. However, if you really want this pair, I would suggest probably copping them right now before the prices start to shoot up even more. Overall, the Travis Scott Air Max 1 in the Baroque Brown colorway, are these a cop or a drop? Now, even though personally I'm not a huge Air Max guy, so I don't really consider these a must cop, but I will say as someone who is a fan of the previous Travis Scott collabs, I really do think this is one of the best executed and best overall Travis Scott and Nike collabs we've seen. Also, the trainer ones that dropped this week, a lot of good details on there as well. It really seems like Travis and Nike have taken their partnership to the next level when it comes to design. It's not just about reverse swooshes anymore, so I do definitely appreciate that. I do think this is a great pair. Whether or not they are worth the very high resale prices right now, I guess that's up to you. Can't really comment on that. But this is definitely, I think, one of the best drops this year. So for me, these are a cop. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you found this video useful, and I will see you guys next time. Peace. Yo, what is up? Welcome to the group chat. The video after the video, the after party, if you will. It is for that 20% of you guys that make it to the end of the video. If this is your first time that you've made it to this part of the video, well, this is just a segment that I started doing recently, and you guys seem to really enjoy it. So for today's group chat, I do have a topic in mind. However, I am pretty worried about what's gonna happen in the comments section, because this topic is definitely gonna stir up some debate. However, here goes. Let's address the elephant in the room, guys. We all know the story behind this shoe. This sneaker was supposed to release during Astrofest last year. We already know about the unfortunate tragedy that happened at that event, and Nike, in order to pay respect to the victims of that event, they decided to postpone the release indefinitely, and it left people wondering whether or not we would even see this release. But this year, I guess Nike felt like enough time had passed that it felt kind of safe to release this shoe. But I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? Because for me, this sneaker will always remind me of that event. So I guess my question is, what are your thoughts about Nike actually releasing this shoe? Do you guys think that enough time passed, or do you think that they just shouldn't have released it in the first place? Leave your comments down below, and thank you once again for making it to this part of the video and for supporting this channel, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.